Speaking to me, the light it is consuming me. Is this the truth that I seek? Reach out and touch the unknown. Rise inside, stars come alive upon an endless sky. Gleaming wonders pass me by. Is there a future at all? The crystal calls from the horizon side. Stars come alive upon an endless sky. Gleaming wonders. Is there a future at all? The crystal calls the light sky.
Please do not distract the driver while the bus is in motion. Distractions include offering them a taste of your delicious gooey chocolate cake, or letting that chocolatey aroma waft through the vehicle till the whole bus starts wondering if you can just have cake for dinner, or telling them it was just £1.55.
IKEA, now open on Oxford Street. IKEA, the wonderful everyday.
Sometimes, creating an ad campaign can feel like you're talking on mute. But advertising on Spotify is different. We'll help your business turn up the volume and reach an engaged audience that's ready to hear and see your message. Learn how Spotify can add more to your mix at ads.spotify.com.
Beyond the mountains and tresses of the sea, dark horizons, black rumble with the voice of prophecy. We are standing steadfast.
Does your home or business have a radio teleswitch electricity meter, or RTS meter for short? Well, from June, the signal that controls RTS meters is being switched off, and some people could be left without heating and hot water. If you've got storage heaters, you may have an RTS meter. There are other ways to tell, but your best bet is to look for a switch box near your electricity meter, often labelled Radio Teleswitch. So, if your energy supplier has been in touch about getting a new meter, contact them now. Act now. The RTS switch off is on the way. This message is from Ofgem, the independent energy regulator.
know what tomorrow brings to me. Insanity spinning faster, sending you. Life passed away when the slave becomes the master. We will be remembered. I know what tomorrow brings to me. Just a blind desire. Insanity spinning faster, sending you back.
The big Jet2 price drop is on now at Hayes Travel. Book this summer's getaway and save £100 per person. That could pay for a day trip to the water park, margaritas in the sun, and big inflatables for the kids. And with free child places still available and handy local flights, it's the perfect time to book. Save £100 per person this summer in the big Jet2 price drop. On now at Hayes Travel. That's all protected.
Turn up the volume on the Equal playlist, where women take centre stage. Impactful voices from all over Europe. Discover the women shaping music on Equal, only on Spotify.
Welcome on board Avanti West Coast Standard Premium.
With space to just be. Space to relax with roomier seats and extra legroom. Space on your guaranteed table to read, breathe, and let go. Until your stop, obviously. Get from A to Zen in Standard Premium. Book now for a more spacious journey on avantiwestcoast.co.uk/standard premium. Premium. T's and C's apply.
Please do not distract the driver while the bus is in motion. Distractions include offering them a taste of your delicious gooey chocolate cake, or letting that chocolatey aroma waft through the vehicle till the whole bus starts wondering if you can just have cake for dinner, or telling them it was just £1.55.
IKEA now open on Oxford Street. IKEA, the wonderful everyday.
Find top-rated outdoor dining products on Amazon. Like this pizza oven with 5-star reviews, you'll get value and tasty pizza. Or these barbecue gloves. Remember to take off before eating.
Or this large windproof umbrella!
Because nobody wants a wet pizza. Amazon. Find highly rated products at prices you'll love.
So, Purple, what have you learned from being the newest M&M spokes candy?
I'd say getting to the point. I have a habit of going on and on. I'll be answering a question, but then I'll start questioning my answers. And I'll say, shh, just answer, don't question, which feels very mean, so I apologize to myself. Sorry, Purple. It's okay, Purple. And I'm lost by then. Like, right now. Is it hot in here? We'll be right back. M&M's for all fun kind.
Jet2 price drop is on now at Hayes Travel. Book this summer's getaway and save £100 per person. That could pay for a day trip to the water park, margaritas in the sun, and big inflatables for the kids. And with free child places still available and handy local flights, it's the perfect time to book. Save £100 per person this summer in the big Jet2 price drop. On now at Hayes Travel. That's all protected.
Have you ever wondered what it means to be human? Like, who decides what good health is? And how will our changing world change us? Because there's a great place for it. Wellcome Collection is a free museum and library where everyone's experience of health
Please do not distract the driver while the bus is in motion. Distractions include offering them a taste of your delicious gooey chocolate cake, or letting that chocolatey aroma waft through the vehicle till the whole bus starts wondering if you can just have cake for dinner, or telling them it was just £1.55.
IKEA now open on Oxford Street. IKEA, the wonderful everyday.
Famine, pestilence, war, disease, and death. They rule this world.
This is now your destiny. roses crumbling in his hand. Destroy the lucky amulet and stab us with the flies. Reads the last rites. Blessed be the people is a mockery from clergy which approve the kiss of death. Ring a ring, the children sing, the black bells are heralding the funeral pyre for beggar, priest and king. No, 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 nobility's no sanctuary.
Does your home or business have a radio teleswitch electricity meter, or RTS meter for short? Well, from June, the signal that controls RTS meters is being switched off, and some people could be left without heating and hot water. If you've got storage heaters, you may have an RTS meter. There are other ways to tell, but your best bet is to look for a switch box near your electricity meter, often labelled Radio Teleswitch. So, if your energy supplier has been in touch about getting a new meter, contact them now. Act now. The RTS switch off is on the way. This message is from Ofgem, the independent energy regulator.
Evening, passengers. Due to an earlier blockage at School Run Central, this train will be running with delays to the shop. Really? I'd say you've done enough today. What you want to do is take the direct route to downtime via groceries on Uber Eats. Calling it chopped tomatoes, beef mince, carrot. You thinking spag bol? Kids will love that. Good thing there's a stop at Laundry Pods too.
When you've done enough, shop thousands of grocery items on Uber Eats. Check out for terms and restrictions.
At dawn we strike, when
The Joe Rogan Experience.
Train by day, Joe Rogan podcast by night, all day.
Knuckle Sandwich is a sandwich shop in Austin.
I heard about it today.
It's legit.
My pilot calls me and says, you know, someone's got your brand out there. I'm like, what's it called? He goes, Knuckle Sandwich. I'm like, go figure.
Well,
but I heard
in all
I heard it's
fairness,
good stuff.
Yeah, it's real good. It was some
Can we smoke in
Michelin
here?
starred. What's that?
We smoking here?
Oh yeah.
Everything goes in here?
Yeah. Whatever you want to do.
So that
Just don't shoot heroin on camera.
I think we're going to be able to pass that.
So what's happening, man? How are you?
Well,
there we go. I got one, thanks.
I really appreciate the invite.
My pleasure.
This is a long time coming. I've been waiting for this.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. I mean, especially all the influence you've had and things you've done. And I know the funny side of you. I know the UFC side of you. But watching the podcast and seeing all the characters, and I was just watching the Bill Murray interview the other day, and I just look at it and I go, man, to hear those stories talking about Hunter and just all that and all the nostalgia. I mean, it's pretty, you got to have your mind blown by now.
Yeah, my mind's been blown out. It's kind of overblown at this point.
It's huge.
Yeah.
I mean, I think about what you did with Trump and all that influence that you made, and you called it straight up the line. You want to come on the show? You want to do this? Let's do it. And took the time to do it. I think it was a huge impact. I think that we look at all the people that you've given a chance. You've given them a platform. And I think that's really, it's fair of you. And the way you interview, the way I see it from, doing a few interviews, you let people talk. You let them speak their piece. You continue to help them through not getting stuck on one thing. You navigate them pretty well. And it's really, I mean, it's from a guy that's, in the business, not to this level, but guys in the business, it's respectful, man.
Thank you. Thank you very much. What is Knuckle Sandwich based on? You even have your chain is a Knuckle Sandwich chain. It's
all has history, just kind of like as I toured the museum today.
Chef's hat with a skull.
Started with that tattoo. It's one of the first tattoos I ever had, culinary gangster. So my buddy Joe Leonard, Monkey Wrench Tattoo, great friend of mine, did my first tattoo. And he made that. He says, I have this drawing. I want to show this to you. And it's pretty, skull, chef. All right, let me check it out. So I don't put a tattoo on until he draws it on first. I have to have it on for a while. Like, I have to look at it for a couple of days. Like, does this resonate with me? So that's how it started. This way before TV, way before any of this. And when I got on TV, when I got on Food Network, they were going to send me my first paycheck. You wouldn't believe how much I made that first episode. I mean, just huge money. $1,250 an episode, when you get started. And I wasn't planning on TV. But anyhow, I came back and I had all my buddies around my table. My house was kind of like a soup kitchen. All my buddies, come by and someone will bring, crabs. Someone will bring some steak, whatever. And so I'm sitting there with all my buddies. I said, hey, I got to think of a name for my TV, like my other business, because my restaurant business had a business partner and I didn't want the checks to come to the business. So I said, what do you think? My one buddy, Dirty, says, and my nickname's Guido. He says, Guido, he says, how about you make us something to eat? And that'll give us like some food for knowledge. And then, and I said, and I'm serious. I want to come up with a name for the company. I got to get this. I got to get my $1,200 check sent to me. And I go, hey, Dirty, how about I give you a Knuckle Sandwich? And he goes, that'd be a good name.
That's it?
That was it. And it was originally that. It was originally a sandwich with a ring on it and a sandwich made out of money, and that was Knuckle Sandwich. And then it just kind of all evolved from there. And so all my companies go under the brand of Knuckle Sandwich, but I never put a product of wine or tequila or anything I ever did. And when we started making these cigars, and this guy that I'm partnered with is such a guru, a guy named Eric Espinoza. And we sat there and talked about it, and I have another brand called Flavortown. Like, Flavortown's too whimsical and too, it's got to be something. I didn't want to call it Guy Fieri. I didn't want to have my name on it. I don't want to do stuff that, like, buy this because it's my, it's my name. I just want to do something, and we all thought about it. We said, cigars are that good, and he's such a badass. It's called Knuckle Sandwich.
Did you have any idea in the beginning of your career of being a TV guy? Like, how did all that stuff start? Because it's a weird world, I had a conversation with Jose Andres about this.
I watched it.
The emergence of the celebrity chef is like, it used to be like Julia Child, like way back in the day. She was, and then
just mine.
Yeah. And then I guess there's a few other people, but they never were like cultural figures. I guess Julia Child was. She was probably the only one.
Well,
I don't know.
Kerr and
she was really it, right?
Yeah, and that was PBS. That was PBS. That wasn't people really blowing it up. I mean, I watched it because I loved it. I was in love with food at a young age. I mean, I was one, because I didn't really experience and like exactly what my parents were feeding me. My parents were really good cooks. They weren't in the cooking business, but yeah, this whole food thing, before I got on Food Network, I had never watched the Food Network. And not because I don't believe in it. I mean, food's my epicenter of what I do. But the last thing I was going to do, working 7 days a week, 12, 13, 15 hours a day in the restaurant.
Come home and watch more food.
Is going to watch somebody make me, a pot pie. I'm like, I got enough. Plus, I also didn't really have a true understanding of what was going on. Knew who Emerald was. I mean, you couldn't.
Or here's another one. Remember when he had that sitcom? His tagline, BAM! Like, they decided to try to put that into a sitcom.
We just had that conversation the other day. We just had that conversation. But Emerald's the OG. I give such appreciation and accolades to everybody that did it before me. There were so many people that helped pave the way in one style or another. And some TV, some literary, some, just living keeping the energy of the industry alive. Because if you're not from the industry, you don't quite exactly get what it is. But it's a pretty, it's like understanding UFC.
Mm-hmm.
The bigger fan you become of something, the more you start looking at it and just going, it is so much more than what you're watching in the ring for the next 20 minutes. It's really deep, and there's so much more, and there's so much. It's not just lifestyle, it's attitude, it's energy, it's connectivity, it's family, it's community, it's all that kind of stuff. And
so did you how's one go from being a chef to being a TV chef? Like, what was it? Did you just get an audition? Like, did they contact a bunch of chefs? Like, who's got the wackiest hair and who looks like they would be good on TV? Like, how do they figure something like that out? This episode is brought to you by Squarespace. Thinking about starting a website to sell online? Squarespace is the way to go. They make it easy for customers to find you thanks to integrated SEO tools that optimize your online presence to be indexed with meta descriptions and an auto-generated sitemap. Plus, Squarespace Payments will make it super simple to start selling your products or services with options like Apple Pay, Klarna, and more. Try it free at squarespace.com and use squarespace.com/Rogan to save 10% on your first website or domain.
This is about the most whack story in the world. So, never graduated high school. Dropped out of high school when I was 16, went to France, was an exchange student. I'm going to give you a little bit more of the backstory than you probably want, but I'll kind of give you the quick version. So when I came back from France, I was supposed to go to my senior year in high school, and I wasn't really super interested in going back to high school. I just lived in France in a boarding house and went to high school, and I didn't even speak French. But my parents were really open-minded, and I'd saved my money, and they said, if you can pass a year of French at the junior college at 16, and you can pass a class, and you can figure it out, I guess. So I went and lived in a boarding house and went to high school. Came back my senior year, I just was not interested in going back to high school. So I went to junior college, finished junior college, went to UNLV, got my degree, graduated a little bit early, and went and ran restaurants for other people. And I was 26, moved back to the wine country up to Northern California where I'm from, opened my first restaurant. Had a bunch of restaurants with a buddy. Things were great. Did exactly what I wanted to do. Wanted to be, have a great wife, wanted to be a great dad, wanted to have my own restaurant. That's all I wanted. Not that I was short-sighted and stuff, like big community person, wanted to do a lot of, community service and so forth. My parents were that way. So that was it, man. I had like 3 restaurants, owned a couple hot rods, bought my own house. I was living it, And a bunch of friends came up to me. Actually, a kid across the street came to me and said, "You watch Food Network?" I said, "No." He said, "Well, they have a show on there called the Food Network Star. You should go on that show." I hadn't even seen Food Network. I saw Rachel Ray one time. I was at a bar and saw Rachel Ray on screen, and I'm like, that girl's got energy. I mean, listen to her. And she could talk food. She does no shit. So that was whatever. About 6-8 months later, my wife's driving home from the city. And she says, "Hey, I was just listening to the radio station. They had that Food Network Star show going on." She goes, "You'd be great in that." I go, "How do you know? You haven't seen the show?" She goes, "No, they're just talking about it, like, the culinary challenges and all the things. And then if you do it, you win a show." What do I want a show for? I'm doing what? I've not been on TV. I made my own TV commercials for my restaurant. That was the only thing I ever did that was TV.
So none of it was appealing when they contacted you and they asked you?
I wouldn't say it wasn't appealing. It just wasn't in my scope.
Right.
It wasn't
really,
in
your plans.
It wasn't like something I was seeking. We had talked about it. There'd been many people who had come to me before and said, like my buddy that was the marketing manager for Flowmaster. Remember Flowmasters? The mufflers.
Oh, yeah,
Hot
okay.
rod mufflers.
Yeah, sure.
So he came to me and said, you should do a hot rod show. You love hot rods. Let's do a hot rod show. I mean, I know enough to be dangerous, about hot rods. I mean, I know just enough to get into the conversation where I bury myself. And so that was that. And so, yeah, the show, they say make a 3-minute pitch. So all my buddies are like, you got to make the pitch. Got to do the thing. Got to do the thing. Got to do the thing. And I avoided it any way I could. And to the point where it had expired, like the entry time had expired. So my buddy named Mustard, we were on a barbecue team together. We did competition barbecue and all kinds of crazy shit. And he says, "Do you ever send that demo tape into the Food Network?" And I said, "No, I just missed that window." And he goes, "I thought you were going to say that." He says, "Because they opened it back up. There's another week." He says, "Let's go make that." I'm like, "I want to do this." And he's like, "Don't be, you always push this is the truth." Because I push all my friends in, like, open your own business, go on that vacation, have kids. I'm always the one that's kind of, go live your best life. And so I kind of walk my talk. And last thing I wanted to do, Joe, honestly, is go on TV. And because I never went to culinary school. I just been cooking through my, that was my career and it's what I did as passion and living in France and all that
You
shit.
opened up a restaurant without ever going to culinary school?
Never.
Is that unusual?
I think it's probably 60-40.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
60-40 that go to school? Or
60 go to school.
That's
I
a
don't
lot that don't, though.
I could really be off on that. When I do diners, drive-ins, and dives, 60% don't go. A lot of the mom and pops. And that doesn't mean that they don't learn. I mean, some of the best chefs I know haven't been to culinary school and just are super smart at learning and dig in. A lot of education, a lot of research, a lot of trial and error, a lot of putting yourself out there. You got to be willing to fail. Like, I don't really think you'd be a good cook if you're not willing to fail. I mean, if you stay in your lane so much, I just think that you get better chances to, let's think about fighting. Think about the things you've learned. All the education in martial arts and boxing and all these different perspectives that people take to be in it. It's usually the one that has a pretty good, a narrow focus on something they really, really love, but then having the outside perspective. So for me as a chef, having the ability to understand Indian food, there's such a depth there that I'll never hit the bottom. You'll never touch all the opportunities that there are. But anyhow, so back to that, I made the demo tape, and I made it so ridiculous that there's no way. There's just no way they were going to pick me.
What'd you do in the demo tape? Do you have it?
You guys, I think you can find it online. It's.
Put the headphones on.
I can't believe I just told you to look. Oh, you guys already have. God damn it! You set me up.
I didn't set you up.
Did you really get it that fast?
Jamie just pulled it up.
Jamie, you pulled up that fast.
Listen,
Jamie,
Jamie.
welcome to Sonoma County, California, home of true wine country cuisine. Today I'm going to prepare a dish for you, not in fusion, but in confusion. I'm going to do a gorgonzola tofu sausage terrine that will be served over a mildly poached ostrich egg. Now, since we're in the wine country, I'll be serving that on grape nuts. And done with a delicious pickled herring mousse right on top. And, oh, I know, delicious. It sends shivers up my spine. No, seriously, folks, real food for real people, that's the idea. See, it's all getting messed up. People are trying to take everything off the shelf and jam it onto a plate. And that's not what it has to be. I learned how to cook out of survival. My parents were going through this macrobiotic cooking in the late 70s, and I had enough boulder and steamed fish to kill a kid. So the idea in our family was whoever made the dinner got to decide what it was going to be. And being of Italian descent, pasta was always one of the keys. I went and studied in France and then came back and got my degree at University of Nevada, Las Vegas in restaurant administration. A district manager in Los Angeles and moved up here to Northern California to open up 3 different concept restaurants. What I'd like to talk to you about and what I think I could do as a Food Network host is teach people about real food, real people. Get to the basics. Great product, great equipment, great ideas. See, anybody can read a cookbook. Anybody can come up with a simple idea. But the idea is bringing it to the table. I take people's imaginations and put them on the plate. Let me show you one of my favorites. I was on my way back from Houston where I was down there learning
Can't
about
believe you're making me go through this.
And I came up with this
Sorry.
idea about how to take Southern-style barbecue and mix it into Japanese cooking. See, in Japanese, sushi does not mean raw fish. And that's what people think it does. It means seasoned rice. So I take a little bit of seasoned rice, a little bit of smoked pork butt, and we put this together here in a dish with a little of our American favorite, French fries, and mix this together with a little bit of the California favorite, some avocado, and I came up with this idea. And as I was doing this, a buddy came around the corner and he says, "Guido, what are you doing?" He says, "You can't put that into rice. You can't make sushi out of barbecue. What are you doing, you jackass?" And that's what this dish is called. It's actually called the jackass roll. So we mix it up, we serve it over. The idea about cooking is not just about great food. It's about putting all the pieces. Do you have a sharp knife? Do you understand sanitation? Do you know where to get it from? And do you know how to tie all the components together? You see, my idea about it is there's so much more to teach. As a restaurateur, people ask me all the time, how do you do it? I can take the restaurant and bring it to the home. And I think that would be something that would be sellable. My name's Guy Fieri. My friends call me Guido. you can now consider me your friend.
Why did you think that would be ridiculous? That seems pretty straightforward. What's the matter, Jamie? Oh, your switch is fucking up again? You gotta reboot again? Go ahead, reboot. No worries. Okay. That seems pretty straightforward. I don't know why you think that would somehow or another, like, that
Yeah,
gonna pick you.
I was taking it serious. I wasn't taking it seriously.
Yeah,
the
but
whole
that's-
beginning line was
That's
such
a TV
bull-
personality. That's like...
Yeah, I didn't one take. That was it. Here we go. You guys happy? Shit's done.
I
Let's end.
don't know why you would think that would be something they would never pick you from.
Well, I didn't know back then what I know about TV now. So
Oh, you thought you had to be, like, super professional... Right.
I thought if I talked some shit and I got made it a joke and I told them what are they doing, you know, I thought like, hey, I'll be so, you know, I mean, that is pretty true to who I am anyway.
What year was that?
2005. Yeah, 2005. First year there, 2006. But yeah, so I sent it to him and I sent it on a DVD because my buddy that filmed it worked at the TV station and he put it from the camera on DVD.
Like the old days.
So I sent it in. I did my deal. I said I would do it. I did it. So it gets in. 3 days later. Late at night, 10 o'clock at night, Lori and I are sitting, my wife and I are sitting on the couch watching TV. Home phone rings. She goes, no, she's around. She's from North Providence, so she's a little bit tough on the phone at 10 p.m. You know, like, who's calling at 10 p.m.? No, I don't know where he is. No, he's not here. I'll take a message. No, yes, no. She finally comes to the phone. She goes, it's the Food Network. Bullshit. Food Network. It's one of my buddies being a jerk off. So I pick up the phone and I go, hello, Food Network, blah, blah, blah. And they said, is this Guy Ferrari? And I'm like, okay, I know it's not, because it was one of my buddies. They would have said, you know, Fietti. So she goes, yeah, we got your DVD, and we'd like to talk to you about it. We want you to be on the show. I said, well, okay, what does that entail? Well, there's a contract that'll be on your door tomorrow morning. We FedEx it. So I get the FedEx, and I look at it, and I give it to one of my attorney buddies. He's like, man, they own your ass. If you sign, they're going to own you. So he redlined a bunch, and I said, boom. They called me back, and they said, you can't redline the contract that we're sending you. This is like, you want on the show or you don't want on the show.
What is it like when you say they own you? Like, what do you mean?
Oh, he said, you know how a contract goes when you get into TV. I mean, there's like, you know, we got you for 36 months. You can't do any other production, you know, whatever.
36 months?
I don't know.
Really?
I didn't. Don't quote me on any of it. All I know is
Okay.
I had never signed an entertainment contract at that point.
Yeah.
So,
a lot of them are pretty predatory. They
Yeah.
take advantage of the person that doesn't have any exposure. If you're going to become a star, they want to profit massively off it. And
So that's where it kind of, my guy said to me, he goes, hey, you have your own restaurants, you're doing your own thing. What are you doing? What are you doing on TV for?
Right.
And so long story short, I went, Lori and I were pregnant, 8.5 months.
You were pregnant too?
Yeah, well, that's what I call it. I held the baby weight. But we were, you know, we were pregnant. We got the kid coming. Hunter was 4. Hunter was...
Did you name after Hunter Thompson?
Yes, I did. Did you know that, or are you just saying that?
No, I didn't know that.
Oh, that's 100%.
No.
Because I saw Hunter Thompson in the hallway. I saw the Bill Murray interview. I read Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. I don't read a lot. But I read probably 5 times. Some people, when I got to college, I didn't know anybody at this restaurant. And I'm not a big TV person, so I just read the book. I read it in college, and I read it again, and I read it again. And it's funny, when we read something again, I got it from the Dale Carnegie book. I read Dale Carnegie again. I read it 100 times around. I was just like, man, this guy just, you know, what a character.
Yeah.
And the more I read about him, and the more you kind of learn about him. So I told my wife, so we have Hunter and Ryder. Ryder's freshman in San Diego State. Hunter just graduated with his MBA at University of Miami.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's
right.
great.
Yeah, my nephew Jules was in the middle of the two. Jules considered Jules was really young, and so Jules just is graduating this Sunday with his degree from Loyola in law. He's in EDM music. He's an agent.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So yeah, I got on the spot there. Everybody's standing there buttoned up in chef coats. I walked in New York, never been to New York. I'm in flip-flops and shorts and a yellow leather jacket, and I walk in, and everybody's like, you know, all puckered. And I'm like, oh, this is not going to go well. This is going to be a shit show. And I just said, you know what? You got to give it a shot. So I just went in. It was just me. Did I do? I won. So I win the show. And what you win is a 6-episode cooking show, which they ran at 7 a.m. on Saturdays. I mean, it was the worst time slot in the world. But they gave me the show, and I did good. They gave me another show, and I did the show, and I hated it. I did the pilot, and I hated it. And I'm like, I can't do this.
What was that show?
It's called God Get It. I don't think you're gonna find it. You're gonna find it. No, Jesus, please. I don't think it was ever. So it was a show. It was a show about kitchen gadgets, and I'm not a kitchen gadget chef.
Oh, so it's like you got to get one of these Cuisinarts.
It wasn't even that good. I mean, it was like avocado slice. You can't slice avocado. Don't eat it. I mean, you got a problem. But it was cool. And there was a oven that talked Bluetooth to your phone, and that was way before Bluetooth stuff was really going on. There was a 2-stroke weed eater motor with a blender on it, and that was the coolest one. I made margaritas in that. But the one they gave me that sucked the worst, the one that I wasn't excited, was they gave me a ball, a hamster ball, from the hamster balls you hamster run around the house. But you pour cream and vanilla and sugar and all this in a ball and the ice cubes in it, and then you roll the ball around, kick it around, and they go on to make ice cream.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kind of fun.
Yeah. So, and I forgot it has a sushi barbecue restaurant and, you know,
Yeah, how long does it take to make ice cream by kicking a ball?
I don't know, too long.
I was thinking that's fun, but then I thought, no, how much time?
We'll kick it with flip-flops. So I did the whole thing, and they called me a couple of weeks later and said, congratulations to the show I had for 30 minutes at one time. I gotta be honest with you, I'm not gonna be able to do that show. Like, what? Like, no, it's not. So they went to a series of people, executive from production company, owner of production company, telling me based on the timeline, they told me that this guy picked up had to do the show. I thought it was a discovery for you, a discovery for me. I don't know shit from space about what's going on, how this all works. But I quickly turned that. I was not going to be inside of the TV business and not be really aware of what goes on. So, President called me and said, you're bringing a huge opportunity. We're bringing a huge opportunity. I said, Brooke, it's all about, to me, about authenticity. I said, I don't need a paycheck, and I said, I'm happy with my life. I love what I do. I got a cooking show called Guys Bite. You know, cook food the way I want, call it what I want to call it, make it the way I want to make it. And I said, I just don't, me and gadgets for cooking is just not a thing. Because we might have to get a shot like this again. I said, I really appreciate that. I'm not trying to be a jerk, but I just don't want to do it. And she said, okay. And I was like, but fortunately, 6 months later, she called me back and said, we're going to do one more shot. You're going to be a food critic. I said, no, thank you. I go, hold on. Why not? I said, I'm not a food critic. I'm a cook. Last thing I'm going to do is go in and tell people they're doing it right or wrong. That's like someone going and telling somebody they don't like their art's wrong. Bullshit. That's not my style. So they said, well, okay, it's not that. It's not that. You go around, this was the key word, you go around to mom and pop joints and you just eat the food and talk to the people. Like that I can do. That's my style. So what's it called? Diners, drivers, dives, and dines. I said, what? They couldn't get the name right. No one ever gets diners, drives, and dives. That's what we call Triple D. I said, I can do that. I can do that. That sounds like dives. I love dives. I don't know a lot about diners because we don't have many of them on the West Coast. And drive-ins, I love. That was always special to me to go to the A&W drive-in when I was a kid. We didn't eat fast food when I was a kid. So when you went there, that was like big deal. You know? And
wow, interesting. Yeah, it seems like it's hard to find because once they start making personalities as chefs, then you have to find authentic personalities who are good on TV that are actually cooks. So it's kind of a little bit of a dilemma because chefs aren't necessarily the kind of people that you want to have in front of the camera for the most part.
I do a lot of them.
Yeah.
But you know, I think everybody, we get people comfortable. You know, you get people comfortable. You get them talking about themselves. You get them in a zone where they feel good and they relax. It's very simple. It's what you do here. I mean, I watch. It's people have a gift of storytelling or have history, and what can people talk best about themselves or their history or their passion? And that's what I did with Triple D. Is I just went in. I remember the first one we ever shot. I'm standing there talking to the guy about the thing, and I'm pouring coffee behind my back. People are bitching at the counter because we're right in the middle of an active service in the diner. And I'm pouring coffee and pancakes burning, and I flip the guy's pancake, and I'm like, so how long have you been making the, you know, yeah, hang on a second, he needs an order back, you know. And I asked all my questions I was supposed to ask. And the producer at the end goes, cut. So what, come here. What the hell was that? I said, slow your roll, bro. I said, I asked every question you asked me to ask. I said, I didn't stand there and do it like PM Magazine. You know, I was in the mix with the dude, but I asked all the goddamn questions. And he's like, can you do that again? I said, I did stand on my head. This is what we do in the restaurant business. I said, we work and we talk and we joke and we laugh and we bust balls and we do, you know, that's what we do. He throws his clipboard on the ground. We've got a hit. And then we went around the country for the next 3 weeks and shot more locations and put that together into the pitch.
So I don't understand. Was he pretending to be upset or was he upset until you explained it to him?
He was kind of an upset guy.
Oh,
so,
fun.
But it worked out.
That's the problem with TV, dealing with upset people.
Well, and the thing is especially people that don't understand TV. So when I started Triple D, I just treated my fellow chefs, restaurant owners, like we were in the kitchen. Have fun. I want you to say whatever you want to say. If you want to drop 50 F-bombs, if you cut yourself, you drop the thing on the floor, if you shit, goddamn, if it's not right, don't worry. We'll stop. We'll fix it, and we'll go forward. But I'm never going to make you look bad. I promise you that. I'll never make you look bad. You look great. Sometimes we stop. I go, hold up. Let's hold up. What do you drink? Jack. Can we get him a shot of Jack, please? You know, we'll sit there and shoot the shit about his favorite team or talk about it. I always start talking about people's family right off the bat. Talk about the family. It kind of puts people on the same playing field. Not a game, just a reality.
No, I understand. I get it. Well, that sounds like a fun thing to just drive around and go to people's restaurants and see how they do things and see the history behind it and what was their dream. How satisfying is it to have this place and feed all these people?
You meet the people that are just, I mean, bring tears to your eyes. There's so many stories, so many, we've done like almost 1,600 locations. And it's just mind-blowing to be in the restaurant business and to watch these people, what they put into it and how many sacrifices they've made and then how many success stories we hear. And it's just, it is probably one of the most fulfilling things I've ever done in my life. You know, it's really, I would have been done by now had it not. I mean, as a matter of fact, when we first started the show, I thought, oh, this would be fun to do for a couple of years. I'll probably run out of places. This show could live on forever.
How many years have you been doing it now?
16.
16 years. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But it does some great things for them.
I'm sure it's great for their businesses, right?
You know.
It must be a huge boom.
We're shooting right now. We're shooting in town right now.
In Austin?
We just shot this morning.
Where'd you shoot?
Shot a place called the Bolden Creek Cafe. Vegan joint. And I shouldn't even say it like that. I should just say Bolden Creek Cafe, an awesome restaurant.
No, you should say vegan. You should let everybody know.
Well, but here's the thing. I think when I say vegan, people are like, oh, so you kind of got to give them their shot. No.
I wasn't thinking that. I was just thinking, you know, I have some vegan friends. If they only wanted to eat at a vegan restaurant, I would take them there.
It's so good, I'd just go eat there as it is. And that's what when I interview people at vegan restaurants or vegetarian restaurants, I'll say, do your non-vegan vegetarian friends come here? Or I'll ask people, and usually 50% of them that I'm talking to aren't vegan. They just go there because the food's great.
There's a vegetarian place that I used to love to go to in Woodland Hills that was a Indian joint, like super authentic Indian. It was in this little strip mall, and I would go in there, and all the menu was in, Hindi. Everybody was speaking. It was you kind of look at the photos that they had of the dishes and just like that one, give me that one. It was
Spicy, not spicy.
All
Yeah.
vegetarian, but like super authentic. And that's not even necessarily what I'm interested in, but I would go there all the time.
I want to eat great food. I want to eat food that's prepared correctly.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like saying, I didn't mean to throw the vegan thing on it because really what it is, it's about great restaurants with really great people that own it or people that have a good story. And then people that want to talk about what they do.
Did you ask them why they decided to make a vegan restaurant?
She's vegan. And she had a coffee shop, started with a coffee shop, and then was doing a little bit of food on the side, and then just continued to grow and make it bigger and bigger. It's so funny, I drive up and they got a big neon that says, caffeine dealer. And I'm like, that's my kind of energy. That's my kind of smart ass. You gotta have fun with yourself. You gotta laugh about this shit. And just great character. I'm actually probably getting my ass kicked from the network right now going through telling about this ahead of time. But no, there's great, like I've been to Austin a few years shooting Triple D, but I'll come back to a city and new places have popped up. Or we start to find out more about them.
Have you been to Travis Barker's place?
No.
I've heard that place is phenomenal. And that's a fully vegan place in L.A.
What
is it called? Crossroads Cafe? Yeah, I've heard from many of my friends. Like Dana White went there. He's like, dude, it's phenomenal. You can't believe it's vegan.
That's the thing about it is people have this stereotype about vegan food.
For a good reason.
You and I like wild game. You and I like meat and so forth. But if you really look about it,
there's just enough vegan people that are really annoying.
That I won't disagree.
There's enough that are wonderful people.
No,
don't get me wrong, but there's a percentage of vegan people that are like hugely annoying.
Well, and especially when they start. Here's the thing:
proselytizing. Yeah.
Don't push yourself into somebody else's lane. Do what you want to do and do what you love. But don't go and I'm not into preaching. I'm not into trying to change. Have your opinion. Have your attitude.
Yeah,
have
that's
your
the problem with the whole vegan thing. Is that the people they represent themselves as morally superior, and it's not all of them. Some of them do it just because they're kind people, and that's how they want to eat. And that's wonderful.
But I think that happens in a lot of different, sections. I mean, there's people about heavy metal. You don't like heavy metal, you're an idiot.
Exactly. There's
I'm into
people
everybody.
like that with yoga. They just started doing yoga. They want everybody to do yoga. Yeah, I get it.
Well, I'll tell you a funny story. I was running restaurants down in Long Beach, and then I was in Redondo Beach. And I'm running a little restaurant down there called Luis's. Tiny little pasta joint, pizza and pasta. And there was a bunch of them in L.A. at the time. And then I eventually became the district manager for them. But, and I was young. I was very young in my career. But Hoist Gracie used to come in. The Gracie family was right down the street in Redondo Beach. And I remember somehow through a manager, through one of the guys, we got a UFC videotape, VHS. Someone had, I don't know what it was. I'd never seen it. I hadn't even heard of it. And that was the first time that we ever came aware to, this. And then, was it Tank Abbott was down in Huntington Beach. And we used to go down. I used to live by Huntington. So we used to go down there and the Tank Abbott thing and the T-Door, this whole thing. But you're so ingrained in it. You're such a massive part of it that, anybody wants to start getting on a high horse about stuff. I'm like, as soon as you know enough about it, and as soon as you have a platform that you really can say something, then speak your piece. But don't shove it down people's throat. I mean, I'm just not. You can do about anything.
Yeah. No, that's a big one when people start doing jujitsu. They only want to tell everybody about jujitsu. The vegan thing, though, is like, I really do get it from their perspective, like as an ethical perspective. It's just one of those things where if there's a thing that you're trying to do, where you're trying to be kind, you're going to get a certain percentage of people that start doing that get annoying.
Yeah. I just choose not to listen to annoying people. I just tune it out. I don't have fucking time for it. I really don't have time for it. I mean, life, there's so much else going on in my life and so much else going on in this world. I think, why don't we start focusing on all the good shit we can do? We can do so much great shit. If everybody would pivot themselves 10% and just go and look at it, take everything you love and then go do that more.
Mm-hmm.
and to be worried less about what somebody's saying about you, or what something's going on social media, or whatever this other shit may be. Just go do something positive.
It's the social media contagion. It's a problem. It's a real problem.
When will it break is the question. Like, when will it stop being the center of shit? And when people just start looking at it and go, okay, we're done. We've had enough of it. It's run its course. It's been poisonous enough. There's positive things to it. Don't get me wrong. I think there's some really good information that you can get from it. But the negative side of it, just because you have a key. I always say to these, I have young chefs that are on my shows. And they're like, oh, yeah, somebody wrote about me, and I'm like, A, quit reading about yourself. B, look at the source. Now, if I come up to you and I tell you that your food sucks, or I tell you that you're doing something that's wrong, we're friends. You can maybe take my opinion with some credit. But the jerk off that's writing about you in his mom's basement, eating Cheetos in his underwear, clucking away, telling you how much you suck. I said, you really care what that guy thinks?
The problem is that people see it written down and they think it's almost like a valid source, and then they have to combat it. But you're going to combat 35 million people, however many million people are tweeting about things.
And how many extra accounts they have.
Yeah, there's a lot of that, and
Right.
there's a lot of people that aren't even real. But it's also just the nature of it highlights negativity, because the nature of this platform, what gets traction is things that make people upset.
That's what media it still is. You don't hear the front page of the paper talking about all the good that somebody does and all the money they've raised or all the benefit they've given or all the experiences they've offered.
Yeah.
What you hear about is the
negative,
the death.
Yeah,
And
it's a problem because it's monetized, right? It's a problem because that's how people make money, and they don't think of it in terms of the impact that it's having on the culture. But if what you're, yeah, I mean that's how they're making money. They make money by getting people, or used to be, by getting people to buy newspapers and tune into the news. And because of that, what's going to get people's eyes glued? Not positive stories and inspirational stories, but rather whatever the chaos is anywhere in the world, and exaggerate it to make it the most salacious and the most ridiculous. And
how much can we spend, regardless if it's true or not? I mean, that's what's been killing me, is all of the truth, not truth. Where's the medium? Who's the governing body? Is anybody going to hold anybody's feet to the fire on this? And could there not? I wish there could be a punishment. You lied.
Yeah, but it's up to us. It's up to us to ignore them. Once you know that they're full of shit, and once you know that they lie, take away their power. The way you take away their power is just not pay attention to them. And they do it to themselves. I mean, in general, mainstream media has kind of, over the last 8-9 years, has exposed themselves as being wholly corrupt. Very corrupt and full of lies and propaganda, and ignoring positive aspects of people because they don't fit with your political agenda. And it has a negative effect downstream of the entire civilization, because it's just like everybody's at everybody's throats, and they're being fed all this negativity. First through mainstream media, and then it's all accentuated by Twitter and Facebook and Instagram, and
No, it's poisonous. And it poisons the culture. Unfortunately, we're moving away from it, but there still is.
Are we?
Well, I think there's a mass group that is still, buying into it and being the sheep and going along with it. And you're not following it. I'm not following it.
Yeah, but we're public people. It's like it's wise for your health to not follow it.
True, but I hope. Again, I don't have any prescription to it. I follow the same mantra you're saying. Quit tuning in. Quit paying attention. Quit passing it along. Quit reading the bullshit. You don't know if it's true or not. Just talk about what you know. And talk about what you believe, and be who you are, and quit trying to quit negative shit. Just keep it out of your mouth.
Yeah, it's a problem because it's so addictive. It's people are constantly checking it, and when you're bored, you immediately grab your phone, and then what do? You open up social media. Like, what's everybody yelling at? What are they upset about? And you go.
What's your
read that.
social media that you go to?
Mostly Twitter, because it's the only one that's free. In terms of free speech, legitimate free speech, call it X, whatever. I'm still going to call it Twitter.
I hate when they say Twitter, X, formerly known as Twitter.
Yeah.
Okay, it's been 2 years, 3 years.
I know, but nobody calls it X.
Everybody calls
Very
it
few
Twitter.
people call it X. Everybody calls it Twitter.
Why did he change it anyways?
Because he's crazy. Same reason why he bought it.
I saw the picture of you shooting the bow with the Tesla. Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I heard the tip came right off, came back at you.
Yeah, it blew apart. Yeah, it's thick steel.
Do you think it was going to go through?
I think if I had a reinforced arrow, so there's companies that make super durable, much heavier grain arrows, and maybe an iron will broadhead, a single bevel, 2-blade. I had a 3-blade, too much of a big cutting surface. I need a smaller surface. I thought about it for a lot afterwards.
And I may try it again with goggles on and behind a...
No, I wasn't worried about it hitting me. But it's pretty impressive. I mean, you can actually shoot I think you could shoot a 40... What like round will that? I don't want to lie. I know a 9mm will bounce right off of it. But like, what round is that?
Will a
capable
9mm bounce off it?
Bounce right off of it.
No.
Yep.
But not the windows.
No, not the windows. No. But
What would it cost to get the windows done?
You can get the windows done easy.
Have you driven one?
Yeah.
I heard they're amazing. My buddy has one. He
I
says
drove my Tesla here today.
Oh, you have one?
Yeah, I don't have
Oh.
a Cybertruck. I have a Model
he says you
S.
push the button and the car will come get you.
It'll do that. Okay. The body withstand 9mm handgun, 22 caliber rifle, has not bulletproof against all calibers. So when you get higher, like an AR-15, 50 caliber, of course, is going to penetrate everything. Truck's metal, also crack if shots are fired close together. But either way, why would you do that? Like, why are you making a car like that, you fucking psycho? Like, it's really kind of crazy. And I think you can't sell them in some countries because they're so durable that it's like a danger to other cars on the road. Because, like, you would hope that, like, if a Celica hits a Prius, they're both going to kind of crush equally.
What do you mean Celica? That dates us.
People still have those.
Celicas were awesome.
I heard they were remaking that. That's why. I heard that they're going to bring back a Celica.
Celicas are awesome.
Oh, yeah, man.
What's your favorite of all time American muscle?
Oh, that's hard. That's hard. I love them. I got a lot of them. Are they bringing back Celica?
I'm trying to make sure this isn't just an AI.
Might be an AI thing.
I heard something about it.
I don't have a favorite, but I like between early, you can get as low as 65 for a couple of them. Like I have a 65 Corvette that I love. And then I think you get as old as 71 if you get into like the Barracudas and the Challengers, some of the Mopars. But by 71, most of the Fords and the Chevys had fallen apart for whatever reason. I think because they stopped doing drugs. That's what I think. I have a theory. I have my psychedelic theory. Because if you look at those,
I've heard a lot of reasons they've stopped. More EPA issues.
Well, EPA issues as well, but why make them ugly? You can make them fuel efficient without making them so ugly. Like something happened, they lost their design language, and everything started being flat and boring. You know, except Corvette. Corvette is another one. Like Corvette, like they made good Corvettes deep into the '70s because they still have that curvy body. But if I had, like, I don't know.
Well, Bowtie, Mopar, or Ford.
I love them all. I'm not picking one. I love them all. I mean, I have a '70 Cuda. I love that. I have a '68 Mustang. I love that. I just love that era of automobile. And it's just like it's also that era of culture. I love the music and the fact that life was chaotic and there were so many changes in the culture. There were so many changes in society.
Each year made it.
Yeah, I mean they went from Buddy Holly to Jimi Hendrix in a decade, and everything was like, what's the baseline now?
My favorite movie is that Buddy Holly movie.
Oh yeah,
with Gary Busey. Remember that Buddy Holly and the Crickets and Gary Busey? That was great. That was a great flick. I brought the Triple D Camaro. I drove it over.
What is the Triple D Camaro?
68 Camaro.
Oh,
68
nice.
Camaro on an LT4. So it's basically a 2022 Corvette with a 68 body on it.
Okay.
And I made two of them. I've had a few different cars inside.
Did you take like the new Camaro and cut the body panels off and put the new ones on?
Old 68. Here it is.
Oh, nice.
That's me driving it out too. So we just made that car. I made two of them. No, that's not the picture of that. But it is that car. So we made two of them. I had that one for the longest time.
So you put a different chassis in it and everything?
Yeah, Detroit Racing's.
Okay,
chassis.
great.
And then